Thank you, Mr. Chair. Quick question. What is the Government of Canada going to spend on interest payments this fiscal year? To the Minister.
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
He would be asking if I can say oil and gas or something like that, Mr. Speaker. I can assure you that we are proud of what we produce in Canada, and we want to build infrastructure so we can...
The Honourable Member for Calgary Centre.
Well, the answer, Mr. Speaker, is $49 billion. Next question. How much was the government forecast to spend on interest in the year's estimates last year?
The Honourable Member for Calgary Centre.
It's your turn again. I asked the question, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
How much was the government's...
Question if I can say budget. Obviously, I can say budget as well.
Centre.
How much was the government forecast to spend on interest in last year's estimates?
Member is a very experienced member, and he reads the Fiscal Monitor. I know him. He's the type of member who would really focus on the Fiscal Monitor to get his information, and I know if he's reading...
Centre.
Well, to help the minister again, Mr. Chair, the answer is $46.5 billion. How much did the government miss that estimate by last year?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Speaker, it's of public record. If the member, I know there's not much time left for good questions, and I know that he wants to have good answers, but the time is going, Mr. Speaker. The things which are in the public domain.
Calgary Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The answer, of course, is $2 billion more than they forecast in the estimates last year. How fast has that interest expense grown over the past 10 years? To the Minister.
The Honourable Minister.
My colleague will be happy to look at the public debt charge as a percentage of nominal GDP, and you will see that over the last decade, they've always been around the range of 1 to 1.5%. Mr. Speaker, it's a great position to be in when your country.
Honourable Member for Calgary Centre.
The answer is $25.6 billion. We've nearly doubled in 10 years. Of that amount, the $49 billion, what does it represent for each of the 16.9 million Canadian households in Canada? To the Minister.
Minister of Finance.
As he wants to talk about number, I'll go to the number. In 2023-24, the percentage of GDP, the public debt charge, a percent of nominal GDP was 1.2. In 23-24 was 1.6. So, Mr. Speaker, Canada is in a very enviable position as a member of the G7.
Honourable Member for Calgary Centre.
It's $2,900 per Canadian household. How much did each Canadian household spend on interest on Canadian government debt 10 years ago?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
10 years ago, so let's look at the chart. 10 years ago, the public debt charge were $24.2 billion, Mr. Speaker, and represented 1.2% of GDP. If you look at 23-24, they represent 1.6%. That's why I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, Canada has been consistently, maintaining a low level. As
Calgary Centre.
The answer, of course, is $1,800 per household, so it's gone up significantly. The Parliamentary Budget Officer foresees the interest on Canadian government debt growing by around 10% per year for the foreseeable future. Does the Minister see the economy growing by 10% per year?
Honourable Minister.
As a Minister of Finance, you would always want to see the economy growing because that's allowing us to provide services, to have revenues, to provide services and transfer to Canadians and to provinces and territory. I think my colleague also wants to see revenues growing.
Member.
Does the Minister see the government's taxation revenue growing by 10% per year?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as a Minister of Finance, you would always appreciate that you want to see revenues because revenues allow us to deliver services to Canadians, and obviously we will continue to be fiscally prudent, but at the same time to look at ways where we can support Canadians.
The Honourable Member.
Given this, does the Minister understand that he's inherited a debt spiral from his Liberal predecessors in finance?
The Honourable Minister.
Inherited in what we all have as Canadians, we have a country which has a AAA credit rating and the lowest debt to GDP. Mr. Speaker, we should be very, very proud because I was at the G7 meeting. I wish next time I might invite him, actually. He will see how the G7 colleagues appreciate Canada.
The Honourable Member for Calgary Centre.
Is it the Minister's plan to kick this debt spiral problem down the road?
The Honourable Minister.
Talking about the G7, I intend to continue as the chair of the G7 Finance Ministers meeting and Central Bank Governors. We continue to provide leadership. We even come out with a communique in Banff, Mr. Speaker. We were more than what people expected. We came out with a community. Make sure that we work together.
Is it the minister's plan to masquerade Canada's debt problem with the reclassification of debt announced by the Prime Minister?
Honourable Minister.
Speaker, again, the member should be taking comfort in his heart that Canada, with a AAA credit rating, is the only country with Germany in the G7 which has that fiscal position. That is a very strong position, and that's why you should be happy to have a finance minister with fiscal discipline.